This movie felt a lot like a kid's movie, and it turns out that it originally was going to be. I have nothing against horror movies for kids. I actually quite like them, and I wish there was more of them to introduce kids to the horror genre because the horror genre is just so fun. But when you go into a rated R movie, you want a rated R movie. So I do think it's a little silly that it's still so much like a kid's movie. Um, but it's not terrible. It just kind of feels odd when you're watching it. I don't dislike it. Um, I don't think I could do without it. It's a part of the movie. It makes the movie. You know, it's a pretty good movie. The villain's pretty cool, but they end up focusing more on the kids, and we have Corey Haim here, who I've always liked. Um, we get some dumb stuff, like the dude drinks vampire blood. The girl warns him it's blood, and later he's like, "It's vampire blood," and he's mad at her. Like, bitch, she fucking told you, bro, and you said whatever and drank it anyway. How are you gonna be mad at her? Um, the deaths in this movie are fucking amazing. Like, one dude gets thrown into a bathtub full of holy water. He explodes. It also goes down through the drain and explodes out of the kitchen sink. The deaths are just so fucking cool. The main dude's death was kind of anticlimactic. He just gets impaled on, like, a reference to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And he doesn't blow up because I guess they wanted the head vampire that ends up coming up to have a corpse to look at to talk about or something. I don't know. I think that's what makes the most sense is he needed to see a body instead of just blood and guts to make the scene a little bit more serious. He reveals that he wants to turn the whole family into vampires so they can have a whole happy vampire family or whatever. So he wants to bite her and her son. One of the sons is already a vampire. He's the main character of the movie. Um, so they just kind of throw in this thing, and he's the head vampire. Big plot twist. Then he gets killed like a minute or two later. So that kind of feels rushed and stupid. There's not a big final fight. There's not a few minutes with him. He just reveals himself as a vampire, and the grandpa character comes in with a car and kills him, and then the movie just kind of ends. It's a solid movie, but it definitely could have been better. Loved the fucking gore though. Probably some of the coolest kills I've seen. Not like the most gruesome or my favorite kills of all time. They're just so cool. I don't know how else to describe it.